Hola, benvindo de volta.
Welcome back to our YouTube channel,
Fulfill the Game of Life.
Well, we decided to get out of our dungeon, literally a dungeon, by the way, but we got out of our dungeon.
So cold.
And it's so cold, so we got out here to the castle in the village that we're in, and we thought we would just record our next video here on set at the castle. So, what we're going to do is take you through our last day in Lisbon. Our last day in Lisbon was finally a tourism day.
Oh.
Finally a tourism day.
That's right.
Well, because you know, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Red rum. Red rum.
For those of you who recognize that, anyway.
Old school reference. Well, look, we're also really excited to show you our day in Lisbon in 4K. We usually take our videos and compress them down, but we think the sights here are worth the definition, and hopefully it comes through.
We had waited to see the west sights until we had a car.
Yeah, it was just quite a bit of travel to get over there without a car, so we waited till we got the car, and we're happy that we did that. It made this day very, very pleasurable. So we kicked the day off, and Christy got out of bed at about 2 a.m. That we figured would get us out by about 10 a.m. So I got up, I went ahead, had breakfast, took a nap, had lunch, had dinner, was getting ready to tuck myself back in for bed that night, and finally she emerges from the magic room.
That is an over-dramatization.
Oh, but isn't she beautiful?
Aww.
Aww. Well, just right before sunset, we finally made our way out to our last tourism day in Lisbon. So here we go.
Our first stop, and I'm going to try to pronounce this correctly, is the Panorâmico de... Okay, let me try it again. Panorâmico de Monsanto.
Well, this is possibly the best view in all of Lisbon. It's on a hill on the west side of the city, but the history of this site is really, really interesting.
It was a beautiful restaurant that first opened the doors in 1969.
And it was another gem in the already beautiful crown of the capital city of Lisbon.
Tragically, it closed in around 2001, and as you can see, became a bit of a modern street art.
Yeah, as we walked around, we were honestly amazed. Some of the street art really spoke to Christy and I. We really enjoyed some of it, but there was a lot of not so pretty street art on such a beautiful structure with an unbelievable view.
And it does appear that the broken windows were replaced with the stained glass mural with the word equality at the top,
which we both really liked, and as you can see, hasn't been vandalized since it's at least been put up.
Right.
So, looking a little bit more into the history of it, it does appear that the local authorities have considered refurbishing, but the 20+ million euro bill has just really kept it from the project from moving forward.
Still, the views of the city are absolutely remarkable.
Yeah, we're going to be quiet for just a moment and let you enjoy some of the sights that we saw. Isn't that interesting? There's a concrete bed there.
Oh.
All right, hold on. That was funny. Just so I don't forget that was Vanna Brown. Why did you take off walking?
After our mixed emotion of the beauty long past and the grand view, we were off to our second site.
And our second site was Bellum Tower. Bellum Tower is also called the Tower of St. Vincent.
It was constructed in 1519.
And it was an ancient fort used in protection of the capital city and the Hieronymus, yeah, I believe that's right, Hieronymus Monastery. I'll edit all that
You
out.
said it. We are always so amazed at the detail in these ancient buildings.
Yeah, it's just amazing. That is one thing that's remarkably different. Obviously, there's some few older forts in the United States, one down in Savannah, Georgia called Fort Pulaski. But the precision and the architecture and the ornate carvings, they just don't compare with what they did here in Europe. It's beautiful.
This obviously didn't come over with the settlers.
No, they left that behind in Europe. It was really unfortunate that we couldn't go inside. It was closed. But just standing outside here and looking at the video of what we saw, you'll see it was magnificent even though we couldn't go inside.
As we walked away from Bellum Tower, which is well known and often comes up in Lisbon's top sights to see, the third site caught our eye.
Yeah, we didn't see this third site when we would Google visiting Portugal, but the memorial to the fallen was emotional. It was a beautiful site. It reminds you very much of the Vietnam Memorial in the United States, where there are names carved on the back wall of the memorial.
But the structure and the crystal waters were beautiful.
Just beautiful. The teal colors, the shining, the reflections, they were just absolutely beautiful. And the monument holds an eternal flame of remembrance for the people who have given their lives for Portugal.
After a moment of remembrance and respect, it was off to our fourth site.
The Monument to the Discoverers, or the Monument to the Navigators.
I'm going to attempt to say this. Padrão dos Descobrimentos?
Beautiful.
Something like that. I'm practicing. Okay.
It was a bit of a walk for us, so we once again hijacked a couple of scooters.
Let's get her going. I'll see if I make it alive.
They add adventure.
As they do. It beats walking. It's a pretty good distance.
It opened to the public in 1961.
And again, this is a popular site when you search Portugal, but like many sites that we're discovering, the pictures never do the size of these things justice. You can see in some of these pictures, we've kept the people in them on purpose, so you get a real idea of the size of the monument.
The monument is headed by Henry the Navigator.
There are 16 historical figures on the east side and 15 on the west side. And according to WikiLeaks, Portugal's most important figure from the beginning of the Age of Discoveries is Henry the Navigator. What was curious, though, as I did research, was the word infant was used in his title. I had no idea what they were referring to, so I had to do the research. Why did they use the word infant?
The word infant is actually a title of nobility, below prince.
It is used in Spain and Portugal and probably other places in the world.
His remains are buried in the monastery of Batala.
Now, I must admit, with 32 figures on this monument, that as an American, we just aren't familiar with all of the great people that came before that are Portuguese. But there was one that was quickly recognizable by name. As soon as I started researching and saw the name Ferdinand Magellan, I instantly recognized and knew his historical significance as being the first person to circumnavigate the globe.
Ferdinand Magellan is the sixth person on the east side, holding a circle in his hand, symbolizing that he was the first to circumnavigate the globe.
Magellan is credited with discovering a navigable sea route in southern Chile separating mainland South America. The strait is considered to be the most important natural pass between the Atlantic and the Pacific Oceans.
And it is affectionately named the Straits of Magellan.
That probably rings a bell with an awful lot of viewers.
A curious American history that spoke to Magellan's impact. You may remember that one of the early GPS companies was named Magellan.
As you can see, the views from the top were just beautiful. Panel turns out really nice. Is it awesome? Is it? As you can see, the views from the top here are breathtaking.
Absolutely.
As we pan by, you see the Hieronymus Monastery, but unfortunately it was closed, so we could only see it from a distance.
A piece of advice for you all. Plan your tourism from Tuesday to Saturday, because we noticed that a lot of places are closed on Sunday and Monday.
Yes. So that's it. That's our tour. We hope that you love seeing this, and we hope that you can actually see the 4K. I guess that assumes that your device will play in 4K. But the sights were beautiful. The definition and the precision with which the Portuguese have built their monuments is remarkable, and we loved seeing it, and we hope that you enjoyed coming along.
We hope you took a break from life and experienced Lisbon through our feet. Go ahead and give us a like, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss our amazing new content.
We'll be back soon enough. Obrigado por se juntar a nós. Did I screw that up?
No, sounds good to me. You did great. Ciao.
Ciao. Thank you for joining us. Ciao.
I probably need to turn it back around.
Why don't you turn around so you don't like you look like you're about to fall off this thing.
I'm holding on for dear life.
Why do you look so scared?
Because.
You're just on a step.
Well, it's a long way down.
Really?
Yes. Ta-da! It's a long way down.
You mean all 5 steps?
Yes. Don't judge me.
Too late.